This is the part 2 on the Washington University of St. Louis air monitor, the PAC device, which is to detect COVID and other airborne diseases. So first, the glaring error in the previous video is 150 miles per hour. That's how fast it is sucking air through it. 66 meters per second. This is loud. How loud? Around 80 decibels. For context in general, 85 decibels is around the cutoff for when it's harmful to our ears. So that's got to come way down. They are well aware of this flaw and are working to do sound dampening through the use of an acoustic liner. Next, we're thinking about room size. If this device is used in a very large room, it's going to have a lower detection level than it would if it was used in a smaller room. So it's going to need set guidelines for how to use the device and where these limits are, in terms of if you're using it in a very large patient waiting area. These are the number of devices you should use so that it's effective for this radius. And that's probably the best thing that they're going to want to do to prevent themselves from being in trouble. Next, we know that the sampling is claimed to be 5 minutes, but it's actually 10 minutes because you have to have a calibration 5-minute period in between each real-time sampling, so it's actually 10-minute sampling. So the question then becomes, all right, so you have a positive after these 10 minutes, now what? Do you lock these people in a room and quarantine them? Do you monitor them through a contact tracing program and alert every individual that comes into contact with these people? And what about the people that were in the room during the time it was collecting and then left before the alert happened? Because of this 10-minute delay, you're going to have, if it's like a hospital waiting area, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be coming through, waiting, and then leaving maybe before that 10 minutes is up. So without a contact trace program or a contact alert program, there's really nothing that it can do for those other people that aren't aware of the alert that happened, that they were exposed. And then, okay, so this hospital room that has the device in it has virus at a detectable level. What do? Do you just not go in that room and wait until the levels fall and the virus settles on the floor and then it's okay? Like, the virus is still there. You'd be walking through the room and kicking out particles into the air, so that's a problem. And then you also have this high-powered fan that's shooting upwards. So if there's free-floating virus particles in the room, it's going to constantly be cycling these virus particles just through this high-flowing turbulent air. So then we come to the question, does having this high-flowing turbulent air increase the likelihood that people are going to catch the virus because it's making the virus come into contact with more people through higher airflow, while also preventing the virus from settling if it's in a closed room, because it's constantly kicking it up? So while I think this is an amazing device, I love how it works, I love how it functions, it's nothing without having a system in place to actually utilize the information. Like, are you going to have full PPE and a hazmat team come in and clean the area, and then people are allowed to come back in again after they do the calibration on the machine with clean air? And then also, now that I think about it, proximity to device. How close do you have to be for the virus to be able to be caught in the device to be detected?